a true privilege. Receiving the Alumni Service Award is an incredible feeling and aligns with my life's mission to serve others. It represents a community I hold in such high regard, saying, I see you, I hear you, keep going, you're doing a great job, so thank you. When we can get outside of ourselves and serve others who are less fortunate than us, who are struggling in their own lives, we receive tenfold what we give. This type of exchange has been a strong spiritual connection that reinforces my purpose. Regina was a place that gave me permission to enhance my faith and serve others, develop beautiful relationships, connect with teachers who believed in me, supported me, and encouraged me to shoot for the stars. I would like all of you to take a moment and think of that one person who has been that for you. Mine was Sister Nancy Corcoran, who was the director of campus ministry. I attached to her immediately and wanted to participate in every retreat, liturgy, social justice opportunity, and above all, her office was a safe space where she invited us to come and just be ourselves. Sister Nancy saw something in me that I didn't even know existed and nominated me for the WGN Extra Effort Award when I was 17 years old. I was the youngest volunteer at a residential AIDS facility at a time when talking about HIV was taboo. I ended up winning the award and received a scholarship toward my college tuition and an interview on WGN News. This was all very exciting for this girl who was just motivated to connect with people who were willing to take risks and be vulnerable and express their authentic selves amidst extreme turmoil. That acknowledgement was yet another example of someone saying, I see you, I hear you, keep going, you're doing a great job. Just as I can imagine some of you in this room may have felt throughout the college acceptance rejection process, I was met with disappointment when I didn't get into my dream school. I thought my life as I knew it was over. Reluctantly, I went away to a traditional Catholic university and found myself feeling lost. I signed up for everything, longing to find my purpose at a school I didn't feel was the best fit. After my freshman year, I decided to take a year off and move to California to do a year of service work with an organization called City Year. I worked in underserved communities and developed programs to help them thrive. This experience ignited my desire to return to school and ultimately choose a career in social work. I know college may feel like the answer to your future, but it's merely just a stepping stone to the wonderful life that lies ahead of you. Don't be afraid to pursue your passions and take leaps of faith, even if others question your choices. Hustle hard. You'll struggle, you'll fail, but that's where we grow. If you sit in silence and quiet your mind, you'll be able to listen to your heart's desires and intuitively know you're on the right path and you will soar. There are times that you will be filled with self-doubt. You'll hear the word no when you ask for a raise, or apply for a job, or even ask somebody out on a date. But shift your thinking and recognize that it's God saying, not for you, not this time, carry on. The no's are actually blessings in disguise. It's okay to ask for what you want and what you think you deserve. Write it down, say it out loud, put it out into the universe. My mom taught me that all it takes is one yes, and that can make all the difference. You are unlimited. Keep going. I always knew I wanted to write a book. I've kept a journal since I was 12, which was a cathartic outlet for me to process my feelings. I have an unending supply of them. Reading memoirs helped me feel less alone as I healed from several adversities. I wanted to share my experience, strength, and hope to help others feel less alone and know that they too could heal. After years of writing chapters, I pitched to agents and publishing companies day after day and received emails that flooded my inbox that said, no thank you, best of luck. I practiced resiliency and continued to be persistent because I knew this book had the potential to help so many people. Also, I have a tendency to become more motivated when people tell me I can't do something. I grew tired of putting my book's fate in some publisher's hands. People would say things to me like, nobody's gonna read your book because you're not famous. Or, there's already too many memoirs about addiction that have been written. How will this one be any different? You'll never make any money selling books. It's a waste of your time. I tried my hardest to avoid the naysayers and listen to my intuition. I was terrified, but I ended up self-publishing my autobiography of survival myself. It became an Amazon bestseller in women's biographies and was acknowledged by the Chicago Public Library Foundation as a Chicago literary legacy. This was another example of someone saying, I see you, I hear you. Keep going, you're doing a great job. I've had the most amazing opportunities to speak on large media platforms to break the silence and stigma of mental health and addiction. And I will not stop this fight to help people feel less alone and more connected. It's a blessing to be able to stand up here and say, I am living a life beyond my wildest imagination. And I'm able to do so because I stayed true to my core. I blocked out the negative chatter, and I listened to my gut. Storytelling helps us connect and feel less alone. I share mine with you this morning because my hope is that someday when you're at a crossroads, whether it be personally, academically, professionally, or socially, you'll think back to something you heard today and say, if she did it, so can I. I hope that you'll put it in your back pocket to inspire you to be the best version of yourself when you leave the sacred cocoon of Regina. I've participated in several career days, and a few months ago, I met some of you in my downtown office to share my journey as a psychotherapist. I was amazed by your drive, your compassion, your hard work, and the uncertainties you shared with me about your future. You will experience so many seasons. Some are high, some low, but please never forget, this too shall pass. In this next phase of life, my suggestion for you is to expose yourself to as many different opportunities as you can. Whether you're going to your dream school or you're feeling trepidatious about the school you chose, get involved. Volunteer, get a job. Take a class that may not serve a purpose for a major, but something that you're interested in. These experiences help us to become dynamic people and relate to one another. College is an opportunity to build the community you long to be a part of. I hope that you embrace all of it. Find your tribe, the people who will support you and tell you they believe in you. The tribe that will cheer you on from the sidelines, even when you struggle to believe in yourself. We need to ask ourselves on a daily basis, what do I want out of this one and only precious life? And do that. We need to trust. Trust the process. We live in a life full of immediate gratification, and we can give up hope if what we work toward doesn't come to us immediately. Always find the silver lining. Each experience can teach us something, even if we need to be hit over the head 100 times until we get the message. Find your mantra to keep on keeping on. Some of my favorites are, easy does it, you got this, and get it, girl. Get it, girl. I encourage you to take risks, be vulnerable, and ask for help, especially when it feels uncomfortable. We can't do this life on our own. You are leaving here today with the capacity to change the world and to do anything that your heart desires. Believe in miracles. My favorite church song of all time is On Eagle's Wings. I promise you, if you let God be the rock, he will make you shine like the sun and hold you in the palm of his hand. Sisters, you are about to walk across the stage and receive your diploma. I love a rowdy crowd. I want you to take a deep breath of self-gratitude for pouring your blood, sweat, and tears into this journey. Completing high school is no easy feat. Now, I want you to wrap your arms around yourself. Go ahead. Give yourself, around yourself. Give yourself a big hug and say out loud, I am so proud of you. Now, turn to your sister next to you and give her a high five and say, we did it! Great job. The last time I was on this stage, I sang Hammer and a Nail by the Indigo Girls. I really wanted to sing it today, but my 11-year-old told me I'd make a fool out of myself. Life truly comes full circle, and I can't leave here without reinforcing some of the lyrics. Little did I know then the impact the words would have on me today as it relates to service. My life is more than a vision. The sweetest part is acting after making a decision. I started seeing the whole as a sum of its parts. My life is part of the global life. I'd found myself becoming more immobile when I think a little girl in the world can't do anything. A distant nation, my community. A street person is my responsibility. If I have a care in the world, then I have a gift to bring. Class of 2019, my ask of you is that in this next chapter of your life, go forward and wreak havoc on this world by tapping into your God-given talents. When you fail,